The cell phone. Created in 1973, it was truly a revolution for mankind. No one could have ever predicted how it could evolve to become the dreaded enemy of productivity. And I hope you found that intro entertaining. I just wanted to switch it up a little bit. Why not? Why not? Why not? Please hit that subscribe button right down here in the corner. You see my little cute face right there. But seriously, does anyone else feel like it's just really difficult to stay off your phone sometimes? Like it's always right there and you're just thinking like, it's calling my name, it's calling my name. And then you just never, it just ends up taking up all your time. You feel guilty about it. Especially during this pandemic, I feel like we've just been glued to our phones because really, what else do we got to do? You know? Do work, study? That's boring. Today we're gonna talk about how I think phones might hinder our true potential and what we can do about that. So first we gotta ask ourselves, what do you use your phone for? We probably use it a lot in our life and don't even realize it. Like for example, maybe you use it for your alarm clock, music, text messages, email, calendar, and of course, social media. Our screen time can easily add up if you're not careful and you're not keeping track of it. So really, we gotta think about how you use your phone and ways to address that and hopefully reduce it. Like some basic ways to just reduce using your phone overall for anything else is buy an alarm clock, a real alarm clock. Like the ones you see on TV where they bang it to turn it off, you know? Those are a great investment. And maybe instead of having a calendar on your phone, you could do a written planner. You know, those are probably still around. But hold up, why is the phone so bad for us, might you ask? And I want to give a huge shout out to GABA, who is sponsoring this video. You all have heard of my story into medical school. I did my undergrad, I did a master's program to really work on my academics and work on myself. And that following year, I was accepted into medical school. Now, throughout this entire process, I really didn't have anyone guiding me. I didn't have a good community to turn to. At my own school, there was a handful of pre-meds, and even there, I thought we were pretty competitive. With an app like GABA, which is pretty much bridging people and allowing everyone to connect with each other and help each other in the healthcare field, it really does allow you to pursue more opportunities related to healthcare, understand a career in healthcare. So with an app like GABA, if that was around during the time in which I was trying to get into medical school, I feel as though I could have saved so much time and saved a lot of mental energy applying to medical school and having people to support me and support each other. So they also hold this segment called Motivation Monday on IG Live. Again, it's every Monday at 2 p.m. EST, and they talk to people in the healthcare field with all kinds of journeys, and you get to hear from their perspective, their journey into healthcare, what kind of advice and motivation they might have for you all. So make sure to check that out if you want some motivation every Monday. Which is an awesome question to be asking. Listen, there's worse things to be doing all day. I get it. But too much of anything can be harmful. Scrolling through social media has been shown by research to be linked to mental health, to self-esteem, and a lot of these studies show a decline in all those factors, right? A lot of data is being published, a lot of things are being researched, but it just makes sense. How many times when you jump on social media or you jump on your phone, do you feel better? So besides the research, there's also the physiological response that can happen in our own bodies. And screens give up a lot of blue light. Blue light pretty much says to our brain that, hey, it's time to wake up. It pretty much perceives it just like sunlight. And if you perceive it as sunlight, chances are it's gonna keep you awake, it's gonna keep you stimulated. It triggers that release of cortisol, you know, all those chemicals that you probably have heard of before. And it really prevents you, especially when you're going to sleep and you're on your phone, it prevents you from producing melatonin, which, if you don't know, is the chemical that helps you to sleep. So if you're on your phone right before you go to bed, it's gonna affect your quality of sleep, it's gonna affect how much you sleep, and it's gonna really just throw off your entire circadian rhythm, right? And besides blue light, let's talk about how just being on your phone all day can actually impact your productivity. When you're on social media, which is a huge reason why you might be on your phone, you can't help but compare your life to others, either through social media, either through whatever app that you use, maybe through text, phone calls, whatever it is. It's a way for you to compare yourself to others. And you might inadvertently do so, you don't mean to. You can be following creators that are motivating, aka moi, but let's be honest, you can see 10 different motivational creators put out amazing content, but all it takes is one negative post to really get to you, right? It's that one post of your one friend from high school who you did not care about at all, was actually mean to you, and you see them buying a brand new car, and you're thinking like, darn, I don't even have money to my name, I'm studying all day, I'm cooped up inside the house, and it looks like everyone else is living their best life. Remember, social media is a highlight reel, okay? And being on your phone just overall forces us to be less engaged with the world, which the way this is going, how we're so divided, how we can't even talk to each other, it's just a formula for a bad time, y'all. Like, we really need to be cognizant of how much time we spend on our phones. And especially, I find myself doing this, and I feel like you might do it as well. We find social media or using our phone as a crutch. Like when we're bored, we don't know what else to do, so we think, all right, let me pop up my phone, see what's going on. But you know what? What if you tell yourself that you're pretty much hooked? What can you possibly do to stop your usage? Do you have to enroll in a rehabilitation program? No, I'm not saying all that. Understand, as humans, we are conditioned to do such behaviors, and we don't even think about it when we do it, which is why you need to develop new phone habits. And habits, just like anything else, takes time. So for starters, when you wake up, do not check your phone. That's the number one tip I'm gonna give y'all. And don't check it for a few hours unless you really need to check it for something important. And tell yourself that this is a rule and just discipline yourself to do so. The minute you start telling yourself, maybe you have some kind of penalty in place when you don't do it, any way that you can implement for you to stop checking your phone the first thing in the morning. Set your phone to do not disturb. This is a very simple hack because a lot of times we're not even thinking about it. Our phone rings and we see the notifications and our dopamine kicks in and we're thinking like, who's texting me? What notifications? Who liked my post? And it just goes down like a negative spiral. So do yourself a favor and activate Do Not Disturb unless you're waiting for an important phone call or text message. I totally understand if you can't do that. And then consider apps that can limit your usage on certain websites or just overall phone usage. A lot of apps have features where you can limit your screen time and go and get a notification about that. Your iPhone might even do that as well and limit your time on certain apps. There's also an app I found online called Social X, which is a way to limit usage on all your social media apps and will even notify you when you're going over. So that's a little bit about how a phone can drain your time and hurt your mind. I hope that was informative. I hoped you like it. It was something that really just came across my head and I wanted everyone to kind of understand why this is important to talk about. So if you could do me a favor, if you found any value in that, interact with this video. By you doing so, the algorithm, YouTube, loves me even more and will push it out to other people who are interested in this, and the family can just grow. Let's keep on building that community. Check the description below to connect with me, and there's a bunch of other stuff usually going down in the description box, new opportunities. So give it a gander and we'll see you soon.